So Major League Baseball has introduced some rules that will take effect in 2023. These are some pretty big changes. We have a tweet that summarizes it, a tweet from Dallas Braden. It says, "It's a done deal. The shift is dead, kinda. 2 fielders on each side of second base with their feet on the dirt. We're also going to have a pitch clock. 15 seconds in between pitches with nobody on base and 20 seconds with runners on. Oh, bigger bases too." So 3 major rule changes, which means having a pitch clock, banning the shift, and increasing the size of the bases. Okay, let's just kind of start from the bottom. Increasing the size of the bases is going to go from 15 square inches to 18 square inches. One of the reasons they're doing this is to reduce the likelihood of having a collision at first base. If the bag is bigger, you have some separation between the runner and the first baseman. Then you're probably asking, well, why are they doing it at every base? That's because I think the real reason they want to increase the size of every base is because it shortens the distance between each base. It shortens the base path. And when you do that, you increase the likelihood of stolen bases. And we have seen stolen base numbers increase in the minor leagues where they have been testing this. Another thing is the pitch clock. Pitch clock is a really big one. That's one thing that a lot of people have been commenting on. I'm personally a fan of the pitch clock because I don't see how it's going to take away from the game whatsoever. We're still getting the same amount of baseball. We're still seeing the same amount of pitches being thrown. We're still seeing the same swings being taken. It's just going to happen at a faster pace. Rather than having a lot of dead time, we're going to erase some of that dead time and replace it with action. I don't see why any sports fan would be opposed to that. The truth is, these rules are made for attracting new eyes to baseball. It's not necessarily made for the baseball purists or diehard baseball fans. It's made for people who are kind of on the edge or people who are new to the game and would otherwise flip the channel when baseball is on because it's too long and too slow. So by reducing the time it takes to complete a game in the minor leagues, we saw games go down to an average of 2.5 or a little over 2.5, about 2 hours and 35 minutes. That makes a big difference as opposed to games that were going north of 3 hours in the major leagues. So we'll see how much it reduces the pace of play, but it's expected to shave off at least 20 minutes on average. And that's going to make a big difference to the new fans. The other rule change to discuss is the fact that they are banning the shift. This is one rule change that I feel like Major League Baseball could have waited a year or two before implementing. Because if the goal is to make the game more exciting, increase the number of balls in play, I understand. You're going to increase the number of balls in play by banning the shift, but maybe just do one thing at a time. Maybe just start with the pitch clock and see how that makes games go faster. If we still need to make changes, we can do that in a year or two, but doing it all at once is going to take some getting used to. At the end of the day, we'll get used to it. It's not going to be that big of a deal, but many people who are against the shift believe that it's a defensive alignment. It's a strategy by the defense, and they're doing their best to get outs. So the offense could counter with that and learn to hit the other way. Or one thing most people don't like to hear is simply lay down a bunt the other way. That is just part of baseball, learning how to play some small ball. I understand that argument as well. A lot of left-handed hitters will see their batting averages increase, especially the lefty pull guys. But I think these rules overall are a net positive for the game of baseball and will definitely bring more eyes to the sport.